Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's date a nurse together.
Yay!
Maybe let's play a game
if
together.
That's what we're doing.
Welcome aboard. All right, so Dr. Barton had just explained.
All right, and we have some potentially implied medical abuse,
like
again.
malpractice or abuse. Like, he is painted as a villain character right now, which is fascinating.
Uh-huh.
But we are the trusting pinata of going, yes, we believe you. I believe you. I'll tell you anything. Okay, so the facilities could ask for the best facilities.
Right.
Oh, wait. Did you say Rosewood Hospital? The Rosewood Hospital?
The one and only.
Boy, I am in luck. Hey,
Am
we have
I
music.
in luck?
Am I in luck? We have music.
We
Holy
do
crap.
have music. Hang on, let me.
There's the music. Oh my God, this is very charming.
Oh God.
Rosewood Hospital is known to have the nicest and best. Oh my God, this is what we care about. This is what the hospital is known for.
At least I'm that is so weird of all the hospitals. So whenever I have grown up being a doctor's child, I have never once heard people talk about the nice looking nurses, because you know what they're wearing? They're wearing scrubs and masks and gloves, and they have bodily fluids that get on them.
Well, there's some of that, but also just going, I've never heard any medical facility related to or referenced by how attractive its staff is. Now, working in like a nursing home, which I did once, people will reference basically that there is the attractive nurse or the attractive CNA, but not, I'm going to refer to the whole facility as the one with the hot nurses.
And again though, I've heard hospitals talked about in relation to going, that nice hot doctor. I have heard bullshit. Yeah, but the thing is the doctors usually get to wear more normal clothes compared to the nurses, right?
Depending on what section they work in,
yeah. Right, so it's if you're wearing the trench coat, the lab coat kind of thing, that is more often going to allow you to wear normal clothes. So I'm this is ridiculous. So he's clearly hot.
Right. Rosewood Hospital is known to have the nicest and best looking nurses in the city. Sometimes my teammates would fake injuries so their parents could put them here.
You have so much fucking money.
Wait, how do you fake an injury bad enough that you actually get admitted to a stay in the hospital? That's pretty impressive, because they examine you, and unless you continue to fake it so hard that they're we'd better admit you to keep an eye on you, that's a level of dedication, my dude.
Honestly, I think though, I could be misremembering, but I think I remember hearing a couple of cases where some nurses basically talked about being harassed by people who tried, or basically, as soon as they sort of thought they had an injury, they would come in initially going, I've been injured, and then they were like, yeah, you're fine, and they would try to, discharge them. Okay. They would try to basically then start, though, demanding either more care or more basically almost personal physical intimacy with some of the staff, once basically they were like, hey, I need more care or something like that, and you're like, you're fine, you can leave. You have been officially discharged.
No, stay here and take care of me.
No, please. It was weird.
Okay.
Woo.
All right, so sometimes my teammates, not my friends, my teammates, people who just work with me on the team.
Oh, so it's fine. They're just on the team.
My teammates over there. They would fake injuries so their parents could put them here.
Yeah.
Not so they could get in here, but they could literally be put here, admitted in. All right. I can't wait to see the nurses. That's not objectifying at all.
Is there any reason you're laughing?
Same reason as you, Doc! Yes! Jinx, I love it. Me? What? No, I just remembered a funny story as I realized that I might be disabled to a point of ridiculous and horrible emotional trauma and impact to my youthful life, where I care about, winning the sports thing that I might not be able to go to, and my knee could be permanently damaged. Who knows? But no, just funny story.
Funny story.
Funny story.
I'm also just this would be your priority with searing pain and being that drugged?
Apparently he's not in any pain. We are not in any pain as this character,
He did say ow. Remember
when he moved it, he said ow. We had no pain initially, and it may not be hurting now that he's not moving it.
How do you not have something where it basically splintered like wood,
and then twisted around
into a knot?
Well, the thing is, this was the descriptor. Exaggerating it. So, but the thing is going
let's take them at their word.
Oh my God! I might not be able to attend this thing that is the most important thing right now with my teammates. Oh, hot nurses, I forgot.
Oh, I forgot.
Never mind, I don't care about any of my other vague and nondescript inclusive priorities and
I'm
dreams,
also kind of
goals, aspiration, hot nurses.
I mean, you could find plenty of those on the internet, my dude.
But these are in person. You don't understand. They're in person, breathing, warm, real, fleshy bits.
So are they.
Nope,
They're
over
just
there.
through a computer, and you have an imagination
funny
and a
story.
hand. And also...
He's like, I've got to get away from you. Back to my bushy eyebrows.
Okay, then, I shall leave you for a while with your nurses. Abruptly. All right, well, whatever. With your nurses, not with the staff that's specially trained. I'm going to bring you to...
Okay.
I'm not even going to introduce them. So most of the, so I've ever been in, again, a hospital situation. They introduce you going, so these particular nurses will take care of you, or I'm just going to turn you over to this specific nurse, and then from there, they actually introduce people who are going to follow up after them.
So the couple of times that I've been in the hospital, like the couple of times, it's been very limited and very specific.
Yep.
It has always been I'm going to be your nurse right now. I have one
They're
nurse.
in the room. Yep.
And then they tell you when they're changing shifts.
Yep.
And then you get the new nurse, and they tell you who their new nurse is.
Yep.
You get one nurse, and they move through their shifts.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what kind of position you're in where you need more than one nurse, but damn. I'm also like, the eyebrow thing versus the pipe thing is hilarious.
I'm also like, I have very particular taste. This is why I have blonde women all over my office, so that I won't think of sex, because they remind me of my mother, the crack whore.
Oh God, we're making that reference. Okay, if you don't know, that's a 50 Shades of Grey reference, okay?
It's totally 50 Shades of Grey.
Which neither of us have ever read or seen.
I don't think I need to.
Okay. That's what I'm talking
Except
about.
for the fact that, I actually did read part of it. I listened to part of the audiobook.
Oh, God,
and
it's so
I died fucking laughing. I could not take any of it seriously from the very beginning. Like, I felt horrible for the voice actress who was having to
She worked very hard.
She worked really hard. She was very professional about it, but it was so awkward
the lines
listening
were so
to
ridiculous.
this person where it was just like you could just tell where she was reading going like, this is so unnatural.
Yeah.
Like, just weird. And I couldn't even get through all of it because I was laughing so hard. I was just like, I could not take it because it was just so weirdly like hyper specific, and then basically would just catapult off into oblivion over in this other corner, but it's fine.
Dr. Barton exits the room. The door opens and two beautiful women in nurse outfits enter. They're not nurses. They're women in nurse outfits.
So they're fake.
I don't even care. They're not even nurses.
Yep, completely not.
Nurse outfits. Oh, they don't even have a uniform here. They just have nurse outfits.
They really are. They're just more like
Do
fetish
you hear
wear.
the music change? Do, 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 do. What's with the stockings? That's amazing.
I don't get it either.
This is kind of amazing.
I
try not to blush at the sight of them. Also, dude, your hair would get in the way of your job so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the time, nurses' hair tied up, hair clipped back.
And the thing is it's actually legally, as far as I remember, it's actually required within the hospital grounds in order to encourage basically safety.
Yeah, and
sanitary conditions in regards to the patients there.
Yep.
Because guess what? Your hair will fall into open wounds. It will drag on things. It will share and
it will move around
viruses and bacteria.
viruses and stuff. Yeah, so I've never seen a nurse with their hair just fluffily down while on duty.
Unless it's short enough.
Then
it's down.
Fluffily, like down on their shoulders, draped around them, falling to their waist.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Think of any time you've ever seen professional nursing staff in real life or EMTs or anything. Which one of them has hair cascading down to their waist?
I also love the fact that there's this level of implication that this one right over here on the left has no ass.
What do you mean?
So what I'm talking about is the thigh gap is so strong. So if you guys don't know, the thing that always makes me laugh where people are showing off, I have a thigh gap, is particularly because they seem to assume that it means some sort of level of I'm really skinny.
Thinness, yes.
So it's some more of skinny, but also apparently they don't realize that. So that muscle, that tissue that connects back here to your ass, is so you can fucking walk. Okay, so the reason why that is there, unless you are super one of those genetic lottery, and I mean genetic lottery people.
Based on current standards of attractiveness.
Right, but I was just saying, genetic lottery of just having that thigh gap experience. I don't even care if people consider it to be attractive. I'm just talking about whether or not that actually exists.
Lottery is usually considered a win. Usually the win is usually considered positive. At any rate,
I'd have finished.
It's fine. I'm you have very different outfits. This is funny. They're similar enough that it's almost the same one in different color styles and different pattern styles.
So do you have more like a head nurse, you think, with a
secondary nurse? Or it's really you walk in and you pick your uniform color for the day. But I wonder if the color system does mean anything as far as ranking is concerned.
I don't know.
But I'm your hair, both of you should have it under control so hard.
Badly, because I gotta tell you, people do not want MRSA.
Also,
So if you don't know what MRSA is...
a lot of skin there, but it's okay. I try not to blush at the sight of them. Older nurse. This is older nurse.
That's...
Hello, older nurse. Nice to meet you.
Do you want me to do it?
No, go ahead, do that one. Do the cute one.
Good morning. I'm Nurse Louisa. I'm like, Mr. It threw me.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. I'm Nurse Louisa. That's what I was reading. Welcome to Rosewood Hospital.
You gotta remember our name. We're Mr.
I know.
It's so funny. Younger nurse. You're a new face. Haven't seen you before. The name's Miki, by the way. Pleased to meet you. You look angry as
really
hell.
kind
You
of
look like
do.
I hate everything.
Yeah, kind of.
It's fine. Cat got your tongue? We have a medicine for that.
Mickey here is a joker, as you can tell. We really don't. That's threatening, people. Please don't.
It's fine. The little gloves, the decorative little gloves. They're not medical gloves, they're cloth
with
gloves.
Floof out there.
Also,
so
like,
you
you
have
could get into so
gloves.
many things.
The reason you bet they're disposable. They're disposable fucking latex
Okay, so
or
the thing is,
non-latex
if you're
gloves
wearing
because some
cloth
people are
gloves,
allergic to them.
One, the cloth, everything will soak into the cloth and you'll pass it everywhere.
Oh, God.
Two, it will get onto your hands and not protect you. So, like, this is so hilarious.
It's so bad. I'm guessing you are already aware of our facilities.
No, I haven't had the tour. I just woke up here. Yes, because I'm too shy to ask anything. I've heard about them from my friends.
My friend.
Friends. You mean the boys who always fake their injuries so they could come here? Like we
Oh,
don't
the
know what's
team?
happening? We know about your whole ass team.
Your team has a reputation. That's terrible.
That's pretty bad.
That is like a level of deep harassment.
Okay, also I'm having a level of, can we literally see through her uniform? Like this isn't just shadow, this is silhouette of her through her jacket. Like that is a white transparent jacket over a dress.
Or is that just like
No, you can see her arm, you can see the skin color.
Oh. Well,
She has a semi-transparent white coat over her underclothes.
I can't tell if that is what is going on
Because
or
what.
what.
You can see
That
her
looks
arm
wild.
there. And then down here you can see, where it curves in.
I feel like they're trying to do really stylized color. I can see where, like shading, but I don't think
it's hard to tell which one it is.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
It's fine. Anyway.
Okay.
How in the world should I react to that?
You should.
But I'm really injured, I swear. Hey, don't talk about friends like that. I would go me. Just defend me. I'm really injured, I swear. But I'm really injured.
Especially
I
considering
swear.
those two options and in regard... So we're gonna have probably a hard time doing this because in some of this is really about us trying to do a character, but when people go, you can be whatever you want, they clearly are lying.
So in this case, they haven't told us that we can be whatever we want, but we assume that choices define your character experience to some degree. They help you make or be a character. So we're gonna do our best to try and figure out who Mr. is and define his choices based on that interpretation.
Right.
But in this case, we're gonna go self-defensive because he has been thinking very much about himself in this experience, what he wants and what he's concerned with, and his own rewards or punishments or
And it does
experiences.
also seem like he does, at least in the way that he's talking, is separated himself from his teammates, and he does really, he's never basically lied to get himself in. It's just a thing that he knows about. That doesn't
other
mean
people do, not him.
that he's ever done it himself.
Yep.
And it sounds like, well, he's not exactly, he doesn't really condemn the behavior. He also doesn't have any interest in doing it himself.
Yeah, he doesn't partake either.
So it's that thing about, hashtag not all men, except for the fact that it seems like all men because you're not literally trying to stop them and interact with them, you're just letting them continue on being,
On the other hand, again, I'll sort of defend against that going, people don't always know how to defend or intervene, and we've discussed that in other videos of going, when someone's being bullied or mistreated or someone has behavior that you don't like, there's never really a lot of education on how to interact with it, especially if they're not close to you.
Right.
Because if it's your friend, you can be like, dude, that wasn't cool, what are you doing?
Right.
But if it's a total stranger saying, dude, that wasn't cool, or you're being sexist, is so out of the blue, it doesn't do anything other than be aggressive.
And I get that. That is definitely, though, a further conversation, though, that sometimes people have about it, for sure.
But I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'm injured. All right. Louisa laughs. Her voice washes all my worries away. She's adorable, is all I'm feeling here.
Pretty
That's
much.
it,
There is no need to defend yourself. We saw your x-rays, young man.
Oh,
also,
shit. They're so much older than me. What's gonna happen?
Oh, no!
Hi.
Wait. Oh, God, is this actually a serious amount of age difference?
I mean, in this case, we're still in high school on a team. They're professionals working in their job with a degree as a nurse.
Oh.
There's age difference.
So that's kind of like the thing with the My Mystic Dragons and having princes who are several hundred years old.
Potentially.
And with, sure, I guess Small was in her
21-year-old.
20s.
She's a 21-year-old.
So at least
now.
I guess she was a consenting adult for humans.
Right, but
God, you want to talk about stupid consenting adult things?
God.
Oh God, do you remember? So I cannot remember what the heck the name was. Remember how they did the movie of it and they had Madonna voicing the computer graphic character?
Okay. So in
Fuck, what is it
Arthur
called?
and the Invisibles.
Yes! Okay, so I read that fucking book. Okay, so the thing was I got so angry about that book because it was so fucking terrible. Where basically within the context of the world, what you had was basically he was like 10 to 12 years old.
Right. Was your protagonist?
He's a little protagonist and he goes to this magical world of basically the Invisibles where
tiny little miniature people
who are like, I am now an adult. But the thing is that for his society, he is not an adult. He's a fucking 10 to 12-year-old, and he gets involved in a relationship basically with a mature adult woman for that society, and they decide to get married, and it's really, like, to me, I was like, that is so unnecessarily creepy.
Well, because when he's turned into a Minimoy, that makes him an adult. No,
it doesn't. He's still a human child.
So if I take a human child and I put them into an adult fictional body, are they now an adult?
No.
Anyway, but yes, based on the context of this world, if we assume that they follow rules of reality, where then girls had to go to nursing school, graduate, and get jobs at the hospital,
right?
Then they are out of high school and older than him by at least a couple of years. We also don't know what year of high school he's in.
Right.
So now, it did specifically say he was in high school or just on a team?
That's why I was like, did they say he was in high school?
I thought I might be completely wrong. We'll have to check our notes. It's fine. Anyway.
And yes, we know that you are not faking it.
feeling relieved. Louisa smiles. How do you do that without showing teeth?
All right, you guys.
I know how you do that without showing teeth.
The ultimate challenge. Try to smile without showing your teeth.
Big, wide smile, no teeth.
Ha.
We're gonna kill each other trying to do this.
Ha.
Oh my God, you gotta spread your tongue over your bottom teeth too anyway.
Ha.
We're making the dumbest faces. All right.
Now, mister, I'm off to do some errands for the other patients.
They need
At least
errands.
it's good to kind of inform, going like, if you need me, please press a button. We will see each other again. For now, Miki will show you around.
Wait.
We can't walk!
Is she gonna put me in a wheelchair and show me around?
Why?
Sure. I could use a tour right now.
Why?
With a bow.
What?
A bow. Louisa exits the... Okay, with a bow, Louisa exits the room.
Is this like Hooters, the hospital?
Oh, God, I don't know. All right. Miki puts a hand on her hip. She just looks so angry. Guess it's you and me now. Come on, let me help you to your wheelchair.
So
wheelchair, good.
You literally just shredded your leg. Now it's time to get up, like just yesterday.
Usually, if it's just happened, they do not have you stable enough to move you immediately.
Yeah.
Usually you are a couple of days
of complete bed rest
without moving you around. Also, you do need a specialized wheelchair with your legs sticking way the fuck out in front of you. So for POV, we gotta have our foot in half our vision the whole time.
Oh yes, beautiful.
Look at my foot.
Beautiful.
Yes, all right. So, to your wheelchair. Well, at least they are doing wheelchair.
Right.
Nurse Miki pushes my wheelchair as we explore the hospital. I need a foot right here in the screen.
I do too.
Show us which leg is damaged. I have
my suspension of disbelief is lost. I have no foot.
I have no foot in the scene. Nope, that's it. End of the world. As we explore the hospital, a very empty hospital.
No kidding.
And she stops, walks around in front of me. You know what? When I've been given tours of hospitals, if you're in a wheelchair, or when I've seen other people getting in wheelchairs, because I actually haven't been in a wheelchair, I would say they're always behind them talking.
Yes.
They don't come around in front and tell you something and then go around behind you again. Now, it may be actually a lot more humanizing to do that. To go, I'll stop you here and then join you at your perspective as if we were walking together and then tell you about this locale.
Unless...
But I don't know.
So I've seen sometimes tours where you actually have multiple people in wheelchairs with multiple nurses basically pushing them along, or staff. It doesn't actually always have to be nurses, but you have a main, basically, typically like RN or basically caretaker or like the head of whatever
walking with,
who's in front of them. Yep.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is weird.
But if it was by yourself, I think it might be like actually really respectful to do that. To be like, I'm taking one person in a wheelchair, and I don't know anyone who is in a wheelchair well. Like, I don't know anyone personally really well who's in a wheelchair.
Right.
But I would tend to say, like, if I were in a wheelchair, or like, you know, basically if someone's just standing behind me, not interacting, it's way less personable than if they come up and join you for whatever you're doing.
I mean,
like if someone's just standing over your shoulder behind you, telling you about what you're seeing.
For me, as somebody, like, okay, so this doesn't necessarily apply at all, but I'm just sort of thinking about in terms of like sound acoustics.
Okay.
I could imagine, so say like that same scenario of you have the one person who's pushing along the individual in the wheelchair and the one person who's walking ahead being the tour guide, right?
They're not going to be able to hear you very well.
That's actually the thing that I always personally got really annoyed about in regards to being chauffeured around, whether it was because, you know, they were people that I lived with, so they would be, you know, driving me around and I never got to drive because it was their car.
Right, the person up in front,
I was always annoyed when people, they would always be talking towards the other direction, and you're like, I cannot fucking hear you and I cannot be involved in the conversation.
Yep.
So this, might be actually really nice. But hey, so this might be the cafeteria. But in the next one, we're going to find out probably a little bit more. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to share our videos if you find them to be fun. Or just kind of want to have some fun and talk about, you know, some dialogue and
some
like,
themes, some, you know, art, some like basically design, story narrative, all that stuff. That's what the series is going to be about.
Yes.
We're going to laugh our butts off and also have some thoughtful social commentary to the best we're able, and put some literary critique on this thing of what are the characters telling you, what is the narrative saying, what does this imagery mean?
Right, and also have some basically also character breakdown as well, trying to understand exactly what their perspectives are, who they are potentially as characters.
And if you want to support us more directly, please check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon down in the description, as well as if you want to interact with us in more of our media, we have an Instagram and we have a Twitter. And in the meantime,
I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!